Everything is temporary. Every person, every plant and animal, every relationship, every job, every adventure, all of the good moments, all of the uncomfortable or painful moments, all are temporary. For every beginning, there is an end. For every start, a finish. Everything in its time. We tend to fear change, afraid of what it might bring. Although in the moment, change can be uncomfortable, it's absolutely necessary. It is a part of the plan. For without change, there would be little possibility of growth, which brings us to struggle. Struggle is the greatest catalyst for growth and change. We are most likely to move forward and end a behavior or circumstance that is no longer serving us when we encounter struggle. What that means is that struggle can be a catalyst for change that can result in our growth as a person on many levels. Therefore, there is immense value in struggle and change. We weren't meant to stay the same person in the same situations for all of our lives. We were built for change. As I prepared to make the long journey from the Midwest back to Florida, I and those around me are faced with change. I'm once again leaving some family behind, but rejoining other family in Florida. Leaving the area that I called home for many years to the new place I call home. In van life, change is constant. In fact, change is welcomed and accepted as the alternative to the stagnation that some of us felt before van life. So, here's to change. Occasionally, we all experience impactful change. Maybe someone important has left our lives. Maybe we have changed jobs or schools. Maybe there is a change to our health, our lifestyle, or our environment. Change is inevitable. It's inevitable. But the way we deal with change is completely up to us. So, what can we do to help ourselves deal with change in a graceful and positive manner? Well, here are some things we can consider. Number 1, be present. As I mentioned at the start of this video, everything is temporary. A marriage of 50 years is temporary. Our body, our appearance, our family, friends, and neighbors, all temporary. Think about that for a moment. If we are an active participant in the life that is happening at our feet, seeing and appreciating the details and fully experiencing the moment at hand, we can more easily embrace change when it comes, knowing that we fully enjoyed the moments that have passed to yesterday. Number 2, be thankful for everything. When we are thankful for something, we tend to attract more of that thing. We can even be thankful for the painfully uncomfortable events in our life, knowing that for every ending, we get a new beginning. If nothing else, even when things are at their heaviest, We can try to be thankful for the lessons we will learn from this really heavy moment of change or struggle. Those lessons can be leveraged to help us grow into something more beautiful than we have ever been. Number 3. Forgive. Change often brings an opportunity to forgive ourselves or others for some event that we perceive harmed us. If we can recognize that we are all doing the best we can as we navigate our way through this existence, we can stop playing the blame game and realize that we are all more alike than we ever knew. And forgiveness is a gift. When we forgive ourselves or others, we give the gift of freedom. Freedom to move on, tethered no more by the binding ties of unforgiveness. We can never really move on until we realize that unforgiveness keeps us stuck in that painful moment and stops us from truly moving forward. Number 4. Remember, you are a powerful creator. With change comes an opportunity to make new choices. Your thoughts, words, and actions are constantly shaping your future. Envision the future you want, and when you envision that future, feel the feeling of that future as if it's happening right this moment. Imagine yourself moving into the home of your dreams, or the first day of that new dream job, or the embrace of a new romantic partner. Imagine everything working out as planned, knowing that anything is possible, if we allow it. On returning to Florida, I feel I am torn between two worlds. My spirit is pulled to the majesty of the mountains just as strongly as it is to the beauty and grace of the ocean. And the funny thing is, before living in Florida, I never really had a strong pull to the ocean. Now I almost feel more of a spiritual connection to her. I am learning as I go along, however, that beauty is everywhere we might go, in one form or another. It's just that sometimes we have to kind of widen our gaze to see it. I believe that the more we can see beauty in ourselves, the more we can see the beauty in everything else around us. Maybe it's a takes one to know one kind of thing, or maybe our outside world is a reflection of our inside world. Maybe forgiveness is the same way. If we don't have the capacity to forgive ourselves, then we don't have the capacity to forgive others. Gulf Boulevard has a special feel to it. It doesn't feel overregulated. The buildings have an amazing beachy feel, and there's life everywhere. There are a lot of friendly people and really amazing shops and businesses all along the strip. And from my experience, crime here is pretty low. I do have to say that they've added some of the new fancy 5th gen cell towers, which I believe are harmful. And like everywhere else, parking costs keep going up. Free parking spots continue to go down. But overall, Gulf Boulevard is really awesome. I really like it. Almost every time I make the walk out to the ocean, it feels like the first time. There's just an energy that's palpable and gets stronger as you get closer to the ocean. It is well known in scientific circles that the beach in particular can have as much as 2,000 negative ions in the air per cubic centimeter, as opposed to a crowded city that may have less than 100. Negative ions are healthy and have a stabilizing effect on us and can even influence our serotonin levels. Time alone with nature is important. Nature has a lot to teach us. If you sit with nature, you can begin to see her lessons and feel her patience and grace. Maybe you can begin to see and appreciate the duality of nature and the understanding that both the calm and the storms are beautiful and necessary. Now, when I started back to Florida, I had no idea I would be heading directly for a hurricane. But that's what happened. About a week or so after my arrival, Hurricane Idalia came north from Cuba and was headed towards the Panhandle. The storm predictions seemed pretty confident that it would make landfall quite a bit above the St. Petersburg area, so I decided just to stay in the area. I slept most of the night in the van, and for the most part I slept pretty good. There wasn't a lot of visible wind damage in the areas I saw after the storm, but there will be some damaging floodwaters that will likely affect a lot of businesses and homeowners. I'm super thankful that this area was spared from worse damage, and I'm hoping the best for those up north that were hit harder. I was blessed with the opportunity to spend a couple of weeks last year volunteering in Fort Myer Beach after Hurricane Ian, and had the opportunity to see and hear the devastating impact on the people and the community as a whole. It really creates a tough situation for those people who are affected by those storms. Worst part is, the folks down in Fort Myers likely suffered some more water damage as a result of this hurricane as well. I'm hoping for the best for them. Shout out to all my brothers and sisters at the Fort Myer Beach VFW. Thank you for watching, and I hope you subscribe to my channel and continue to follow me as I travel and navigate life and find new adventures in my van Tortuga Marina. Until next time, I hope you find exactly the adventure you are looking for. Peace.